Well, this is a bit of a video of a fairly random kayaking trip. The reason for that was I'd planned to go and spend a few days on the Murrumbidgee down from Wagga to Narrandera, but the big floods in New South Wales hit and that cancelled all that prospect of doing that river. And then I thought I might go and do a few days on the Shoalhaven, but then the other day they just closed all the campsites on the Shoalhaven River because of the floods. So I kind of had to have a look around New South Wales to see where there were no floods, and realised that the north coast, sort of up near Taree and Port Macquarie, were kind of the only areas that aren't flooding at the moment. So what I'm doing over the next few days is just going to go and paddle on some random rivers and creeks and lakes and get a bit of a feel for what this area of New South Wales has to offer. Anyway, I am here on the Manning River. So this is near Taree. I just got in at a place called Croaky and heading along the Manning River and then up the Lansdowne River and sort of having a bit of a paddle around that area. Anyway, I'm going to get on with it, and then I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Haven't worked that one out yet, so this is all very suspenseful. So I'm just coming off the Manning River onto the Lansdowne River, which looks a little bit more interesting. As you could probably see, the Manning River is very wide, not much happening on it, but the Lansdowne looks a little bit more windy and yeah, hopefully a bit more interesting. But I'm going to paddle up this for about 5 or 6 k's, and then there's a creek that I think I can go along that will probably take me all the way around back to the Manning. So probably doing a bit of a circuit paddle today. This here is a creek called Ghinni Creek, and I'm going to head down this, and hopefully that's going to take me down back to the Manning River. So it's kind of like a big island that we're just paddling around. But yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a dead end, so let's go back. Whatever we find up there will be intact. So here we are, we're back on the Manning River. So that's the Manning River behind me, and that's the creek that we just came out of there. Well, there you go, there's the paddle complete. It took me 3 hours and 45 minutes to do about 22 kilometers. So pretty cruisy, not a very long paddle, but very enjoyable. So overall, I don't know, I'd probably give it about a 3 out of 5 in terms of paddles. It's always nice doing somewhere new, but I don't think I'd bother doing this one again. You know, it was enjoyable countryside, but a little bit close to the Pacific Highway, so there was the constant hum of trucks going up and down the highway. But yeah, beautiful day, a little bit of rain, a little bit of humidity, but very enjoyable. Anyway, I'm going to head up to Port Macquarie now and work out where I'm going to go paddling tomorrow. So catch you later. All your pain fade to memory. Appalachian sunrise meets my
Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden.
Well, good morning. It is the second day of this little adventure. Today we're on the Hastings River, which is in Port Macquarie. So what I'm going to do is paddle a couple of k's down the Hastings down to a creek called Limeburners Creek, and then follow that up to the north, which goes up into the Limeburners Creek National Park. It's meant to be a tidal river, or tidal creek, so currently the tide is coming in. It's about halfway in, and it's meant to be quite a high tide today, so hopefully we can get quite a far way up the creek. But it's meant to be 30 degrees today, so it's going to be quite a warm day, so hopefully we can get most of it done before the peak of the heat. All right, let's get paddling.
Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves.
Well, this is Limeburners Creek. So this is where we're heading now. Got to zigzag my way around quite a few oyster farms at the start, I think, but then should be getting up into the national park, and the creek will get narrower, and yeah, a little bit less action, I guess. This tide's got quite a bit of kick around here, so I'm glad I'm doing it as the tide is heading upstream, and hopefully by the time we get to the top of the creek it will turn around and it'll push us back out again. But yeah, only time will tell, I guess.
Feet step over splinters of the moon.
So we're in the national park now. It's absolutely stunning out here. But now that we're in the national park, there'll be no more drone flying. But that's right, I got plenty of footage earlier. But yeah, this is sort of surprised me. I've done a lot of mangrove paddling before, but this is certainly some very nice examples of mangroves.
Golden, golden things. Golden. I follow only golden.
This is the first of two lakes that are on Limeburners Creek. So yeah, this one doesn't have a name, but I'm heading up a little creek up that way. I don't know how far I'm going to get up that one, so we'll see if we can actually get up to the next lake. Otherwise we might sort of paddle along the creek until we can't get any further. Okay, it is officially getting really hot out here. Hopefully up the creek there will be a little bit of shade, but who knows.
On the graves, in the cracks of 1,000 leaves, somewhere in between, our past and our future, rolling over all the dividing things. Are you still listening?
It's definitely getting hot.
Slow fall into the Indian Sea, where the cold and the hot meet, and the powers that be. When it's morning and my soul is clear, I look in the mirror and I see that love rolling over You call me back to bed. I find myself again.
Well, I didn't think that was going to happen. So this is the end of the creek. This is called Saltwater Lake, I think. Hang on. Well, it's not really salty. But yeah, I think I've done, what have I done? 18 kilometres over 3 hours and 20 minutes. So yeah, big effort. I've had to bash my way through a whole lot of trees and I didn't think I was going to get up that creek. But yeah, here I am. Anyway, it is now time to go back. So another 18 kilometres back. And I think after 36 kilometres and 6 or so hours of paddling, I am going to deserve a big counter meal at the pub in Port Macquarie. Alright, I probably won't film the way back because you've seen everything, and I might just put my audiobook on and plod on down the creek.
As a child again, wake up a while when it takes me there. Slow fall into the Indian Sea, where the cold and the hot.
Well, that ended up being quite an epic paddle in the end. 36 kilometres over 6.5 hours. And yeah, it got pretty tough at the end when the tide was coming downstream down the Hastings River. I was pushing pretty hard to get up there. And at one point I didn't think I was actually going to make it. Thought I might have to walk the rest of the way. But yeah, fantastic river. The Limeburners Creek, I can highly recommend doing that. It's a bit of a shame there's no camping up at the top up at the lake, because that'd make a great 2-day little paddle. But in the end, yeah, it worked out being a good day trip. Anyway, I'm going to go and head up to the pub, have a counter meal, have a beer, and I think I might have an afternoon snooze. Catch you later.
I wake up a wild when it takes me there. The longer I've waited, the more that I've tried. All the years that I've wasted trying to find it, all that I go through.
Well, good morning and welcome to day 3 of this random paddling around the north coast of New South Wales. I can tell it's day 3 because the muscles are very tired. So today I am currently on Cathie Creek and I'm heading up to Lake Innes. So this was a paddle that was actually recommended to me by Troy on the Mirage Kayaks Owners group on Facebook last night. So taking some advice of the local paddlers, and I can tell you what, I've seen a lot more birds. You can see the pelicans here. A lot more birds than I have in the last 3 days in the last 5 minutes. So it's looking pretty promising. Anyway, I am going to keep paddling. It's meant to be hot again today, so I've started bright and early and going to get this one done before the heat kicks in. All right, let's go and see what today has to offer.
Covered in gold, there's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all.
It's only 7 a.m. and it's already getting pretty bloody hot. I can tell you, having that double sun with the reflection and the actual sun, yeah, making it pretty warm.
I can hear the wind chiming. It's always been you in the back of my mind. When there are others, I do the routine. I dance all alone there.
Well, this is Lake Innes. It's quite a big lake, pretty shallow in parts, but you can pick your way around. And yeah, as I said before, so much bird life. It's fantastic. All right, I'm just going to plod my way around the edge of this for a bit and then head home and go and get some breakfast.
Out the window, no smoke in my eyes.
Well, that was an enjoyable paddle. It was only about 11 kilometres in the end, but yeah, perfect for what I wanted to do today after a long day yesterday. But yeah, I would definitely recommend doing this one if you want to go for a paddle for a couple of hours and go and check out all the wonderful bird life. My only regret was I didn't bring my big camera with the big lens, because it would have been great for some wildlife photography. So overall, I'd probably give this one about a 3.5 out of 5, which is pretty good on my rating system. And thanks, Troy, for the recommendation. All right, time to go and get some breakfast.
It's always been you in the back of my mind.
Well, there you go. 3 very different paddles on the New South Wales North Coast. And yeah, they're all very enjoyable. Of all of them, the Limeburners Creek was definitely the one I would recommend the most. But yeah, they're all a lot of fun. Anyway, if you've got any questions about these paddles or any of the other ones, just hit me up in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Until next time, catch you later.